Hi, and welcome to your favorite podcast of the Temple Shalom League, the video capsule recaps of your Mets. Yes, week 14, week one of the playoffs, whatever you want to call it. We're still here and we're still producing some content for you all. And as you know, the Mets made it. We went through the minis and we claimed one of the four spots. That being said, that was a very unique format that was tested, seeing three out of the four teams that were not the highest seed to claim one of the spots. So quite unique. All the parlays, if you like to bet, were down definitely. I don't think anyone could predict that the Dodgers, the Rangers, and the Mets will claim a spot. But hey, we did it, and here we are. We're heading into the big boys playoffs. And speaking about that, one thing that I want to remark from a statistical standpoint is the fact that we have 93% probability to have at least one triple tie in one of the four pools. Nonetheless, there were no triple ties. All the four games were between undefeated teams. So, quite interesting from a pure numerical point of view. And we, the Mets, were one of those. 10 dots made it. Definitely, we celebrated at the highest end Father's Day this past Sunday. And now we're heading to face the Expos in what I like to call the league quarterfinals, which you will also see the Dodgers, another underdog, are going to be facing the Braves, along with the Royals versus the Rangers and the Red Sox against the Angels. So, more to see. Hopefully, we can get to do this one more week. But this has been just a phenomenal season. We're quite excited. And I just want to give you a bit of a recap of what happened in the two games in the next section. So see you there. So, like I said, the Mets had to play the pool games on the minis new format, and coincidentally, we have to face the same two teams that we faced in Week One on opening day. So, quite a remarkable coincidence right there. So we have to face the Giants on the first game. We were visitors on both, and we have an inspirational speech before the game was started just to remind you, hey, we're heading to a new format. Every runs matter, and it truly show up throughout the duration of the game. We're starting to have smart running, great defense, phenomenal pitching. We were up to 16 nothing on the top of the seven, and we ended up winning 16 to 2. So we secured every single out that we could, not throwing an unnecessary throw to some of the bases, or just making sure that we were scoring every single run that we could, right? And you'll see on the Diamond recap that everyone contributed in somehow or fashion on this game as well as the other. And on top of that, then I took a stab and told my team, well, because you did that phenomenally, we're going to now have the ceremony of the Dundies after we claimed our spot when we faced the Phillies. And such we did. More to that into one of the next sections, but that's the recap against the Giants. Then we have a 1 hour break, and we have to face a very, very tough team, the Phillies. They beat us twice during the regular season. We knew that that was a team that you have to fight with them from top to bottom because they're a remarkable squad to face. Nonetheless, that speech also created a new vibe within the team to the extent that we were keep pushing, fighting for a spot. One interesting piece is that the Mets had the lead throughout the entire game as well as the Giants through all the innings. So we led 14 innings in total. We never behind in any of the innings. So again, great hitting, extraordinary defense, one of the best that might have seen on the outfield in my years here. And we're finally showing how good of a team we are when we have a bit of a luck on our side. So the Mets did the miracle, like in 1969. We made it to the big boys playoff, and hey, more to come for us. And let's see how long this ride will be. So let me just go into now to your Diamond Superstars.
Game superstars of Week 14, we won for the playoffs, was a very tough decision because everyone came through in this couple of games, having multiple hits. However, I have to narrow this down, and here are the four winners of the Diamond Superstars. First one, Ben Nyan, 4 for 6, 3 runs, a double, 3 home runs, and 9 RBIs. Jackson Stye, 7 for 8, 3 runs, a double, a home run, 3 RBIs, and a phenomenal defense in left center field. Mike Philly, 4 for 6, 4 runs, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and just solidified his Cy Young candidacy for the 2024 season. Lastly, Aussie Surita, my dear friend Aussie, 5 for 6, 2 runs, A triple, his first one in his career in Shalom, and 5 RBIs. Definitely, if we were in a regular season week, Aussie will be one of the winners of the Impact Player of the Week for the league. I know what you're waiting for. Favorite section, Fine Boys Snacks.
Cowboys banner, Texas Ranger banner, Lady McQueen, you know where I'm at. Favorite section, the fanboys. Today we're gonna have a very special fan voice edition because we're not gonna have any question coming over, but rather give you the results from the dundies recipients of this year's for the Mets. So we are 12 people within the Mets. I'll do my best to give you in this short recap those winners and the categories. The first winner of the Dundee Award for Best Offensive Brother, who was a true force in the field, able to surpass his brother in 8 out of the 9 offensive metrics, making him the ruling Mets and earning family bragging rights for 2024, was Jacob Stites. Congratulations, Jacob. Second, Dundee went to keeping it positive. Someone that you can always bet that he's going to have a smile on his face. Losing doesn't bring him down, and he's always lifting teammates, especially when a 24 is in the horizon. My dear friend, Ozzy Zurita was the winner. For swag, this player always has the best or had the best and brightest gear for our team in all the games, including a very unique hat from the Mets' biggest city rival, the Yankees. But as he says, after all, style is part of success. Congratulations to you, Ron Roberts, for your Dundee. The comic relief. This is a must-have player, always providing jokes and making the teams have a fun time in the dugout. He always brings a big smile, even when for some unexpected reasons he arrives in the middle of in the middle of the game. That award went to Ben Nyan. Congratulations to you, Ben. The next category was the dive master. This player had the most gracious dive, heading to first, legging out, stretching singles into extra bases, diving for no reason in the outfield, although the ball is not hitting to him. Well, this is your guy. Congratulations to the rookie of the year, also for the Mets, Jackson Stites. The next category was the Humblebee. Humblebee is that player that always was pushing for the success of the team on top of his individual performance to the extent that even when needing a runner, he sacrificed himself just to make sure that the people that needed the most were able to run. And he was second in our team in on base percentage. That goes to Donnie Holman. Congratulations to you, Donnie. The helping hand. This is the person that was always willing to help in the dugout, whether being 5 feet away all the way to coaching in the dugout or just keeping the book. Everything was just perfect throughout the help of this person that always was willing to give advice. No other than Brandon Alford. Congratulations to you, Seabass, for your award. The love of the game. This person ultimately showed the most utmost respect for the game, providing incredible advice for his experience and also his passion from the sport. Even though that meant that part of the advice came with some dad jokes. Well, you know what we're talking about. One of the most famous dad in our team, Kelly is dad. Congratulations, Big Kelly, for your work. The social life. This person was an adept on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. Always filling your content with a lot of feed and a lot of ideas. And I have to now publicly take out his incognito name, his unknown identity of Mets number 9. That went to Steve Enda. Thank you, Steve, for bringing so many questions to the podcast. The Dewey Decimal Neat Freak. This was a person that just makes sure that in the dugout everyone was looking perfectly and in the right spot. Whether it's to have the banner looking like it should be, all the way to storing all the equipment, this person could not let a detail hanging around in our dugout. That award goes to your Cy Young candidate, Mike Tilly. Congratulations to you, Mike. The veteran virtuoso. This person has a lot of softball wisdom coming from so many years of playing the sport. And he actually turned out to be a senior in our league this year. So that was something that was definitely a part of his expertise and it was brought to the dugout. So that award went to none other than Doggy Storm. Congratulations to you, Doggy. And the last award was the DJ Master. So not only this person took a stab at his young age and created a playlist that resonated to the entire music taste of the teen, but in addition to that, he showed his dance move to the entire teammates, especially when the Beastie Boys were singing. That went to my little kid Mateo, and I accepted that award on his behalf. So that's gonna now be part of the setting from the podcast moving forward. So with that, we're just happy to play another week. We're just so happy to have another chance to keep having our opportunity to run for the championship. And remember, want to have the time of your life? Bring your kiddos, bring your wife. Mets guarantee you a fun time. See you next Sunday.